Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Jalen Hurts, the Eagles Super Bowl champs. Jalen Hurts, the Super Bowl MVP, fired up, locked in. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, inexpensive way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content, probably the other side of the ball in this game at some point during this week. So get over there, join, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Jalen Hurts, the Eagles Super Bowl champs. Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP, right out the gate, 4th and 2, up top, one-on-one. Brown, McDuffie. Aggressive fourth down, beautiful base, timing, rhythm. Thought Hurts was really locked in down the field, finding the one-on-one with A.J. Brown right here. Penalty brings this thing back. Now, I'm not going to lie, I was a little nervous when this thing got called for a penalty. Not that it wasn't a penalty, because it is. You're not allowed to put your hand on his face. But from purely a quarterback perspective, I thought this was outstanding. 4th and 2. You know they're going to be aggressive. Great base, rhythm, timing to this. Again, middle field closed, press man. Okay? Press man. If we like this matchup, and they did all day, okay, we're going to let 11 eat. Don't care who this is. Okay? Good player, doesn't matter. We're going to go right by him. They did a great job all day, whether it was right here over the top, whether it was back shoulders later. There were opportunities for big chunk plays outside the numbers, identifying the coverage, finding the matchup, and this is just beautiful from Jalen Hurts. Again, great rhythm, touch. Now, I will say this. This is not wide receiver school, and you can't really see it from the All-22, but I will say, in my opinion, and how this is best taught, okay, as you're running down the field, if this is the wide receiver and this is the DB type, anything you want from kind of the shoulder to the hips is rarely going to be called. So I like to teach, hey, push off down here low. You push off at the hip, you're almost always good. Anything to the face is just, it's going to get called. It's easy to see. Right here, he essentially blinds him, makes his head turn. You know, besides for Tom's not liking it on the color, this is a penalty. It has to be called. And yeah, it's unfortunate, and it's on this video because it doesn't impact Hurts' execution. This is beautiful. Again, just watch his rhythm. 1, 2, 3, hitch, ball out. Beautiful. Shoulders level. That's a dot. That is in the bucket. And again, the hand is right on his helmet, right on his face mask, causes him to lose his balance, fall. And he just, I think the frustrating thing here is you don't have to. The ball is so perfectly thrown. Boop, dang. Next one here. Another big chunk opportunity. This time we got the tight end up top. He becomes the new number 2 with the post, the short little shift. This to me is double post cross. This is beautiful pass protection. This is really outstanding design. I thought, obviously, Jalen Hurts has a hell of a game. The Eagles, the offensive line. I thought Kellen Moore had some really brilliant moments as well. This is one of those moments. This is early on. This is when it's still a game. Okay, so watch the quick little shift. Okay, so from here to here. And you might be saying, well, what the hell does that do? Well, if we're playing some version of man coverage, okay, well, then that changes this responsibility to now he's on A.J. Brown. And so now the safety coming from the heavens out here is going to be trying to cover the tight end, running this what I'll call a crosser here. And he's going to try to pass this thing off. So it changes the responsibilities. It causes confusion. They try to pass this thing off. So to me, what I'm used to calling double post cross. So there's the double post. Here comes that cross. This DB safety type, he's trying to pass this tight end off and take over this post. Well, that creates confusion, all sorts of space, and that's how you get somebody this open. But in my opinion, it doesn't happen without the design. So just this short little shift, watch it. Not much. That creates the space. Now the DB gets confused, and we've got the crosser wide open. And again, it's a beautiful job from Jalen Hurts. Put it on him. He's wide open. It's great pass protection. But again, just this little movement, not an accident. Causes confusion on the back end, all sorts of space. Nice job from Jalen here, just buying a little bit of time to his left. Got all day to throw. Ball's right on him. Big chunk. Let's go. Next one here, 3rd and 5. This one is muddy for me and a little fortunate. Okay, we're going to end up trying to work like a version of smash up top. I don't like Jalen's footwork. I think we get bailed out here with a tough call. Now, again, is it a penalty by the definition of the rules? I don't really care, man. I'm not a zebra. You got bailed out, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. Don't freak out. You win the game, Eagles fans. But I will say, for me here, this play is very similar to the first completion of the game. In the first completion of the game, A.J. Brown comes in, runs this little short in, and McDuffie locks on him. And we end up kind of scrambling when we don't need to, and we end up throwing it to Smith on the sideline on a very similar concept. This time, McDuffie plays it more like a traditional cloud, where he gets hit so far off here that he kind of falls back in to the corner of the smash. And so, it's one of those things where, again, y'all, you don't have to tell me. I know it's easy with a clicker and a marker days later to say, hey, just put it here. But you have to acknowledge early on here, this was a little muddy and we got a little fortunate. Okay, whether it was the first call not going our way, this call going our way, extending the drive. You can see here, A.J. Brown, this is an easy first down. Put it on. Unfortunately, high, our guy gets exposed. And honestly, we get bailed out here with this penalty. And I'm sure if they had to do it over again, the Chiefs would just say, hey, no contact at all there. Don't even worry about it. The ball's already by him. But I mean, that's a dangerous spot to put your guy in, even if it's not a penalty. And the other thing here for me, it's a little tough because we're on the logo on the shield, but Jalen's going backwards. So back foot, and see how his back foot, normally you would want to hitch right here. And again, this foot right here, you do not want to go backwards very often unless you absolutely have to retreat and get depth. You usually want to hitch or reset towards where your read and your target is. So again, just watch the footwork here. I don't think makes it any better. And then you get the accuracy tethered to going backwards. So again, you can see him go all the way to the L, right? So dunk, dunk, we're going backwards. Ball's high, exposed, penalty, lucky. Next one here, 2nd and 11. Now we really get it going. Up top, we've got to go. We catch a little pressure. We catch the one-on-one, middle field closed. Beautiful throw, right on him. Everything except getting in the end zone here. But this is outstanding from Jalen Hurts. No hitch here. So watch him hit that back foot, sink all his cleats in the ground, and throw an absolute dot on the chest. Just a beautiful job. So at the snap here, we're getting pressure from the field, from the slot. We catch the one-on-one that we want. So great. You like it, throw it. Kind of a creative route here. To me, a little 7-on-7-y. Create some separation right there. Winner. Okay, again, already talked about the footwork, but no hitch. So watch Jalen hit his back foot and kind of sink that hip into the ground, have the force to be able to put this thing exactly where he wants down the field. Just an absolutely beautiful job recognizing it, seeing it. And look at that separation. I mean, that's big time. That's a beautiful job. Who knows what's going on coverage-wise up top, but that is gapped. Everything except getting in the end zone right here. Now, pass pro-wise, check out Barkley scanning, coming all the way across to pick up the nickel from the field. Take the hit off. Boom. Now, maybe not the technique you're looking for, coach, but works. It's good enough. Takes the hit off, and that is a dot and a massive play. All right, next one here, 3rd and 8. The Eagles are only up 7 at this point. There's still 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. We're going to go from 3-by-1 to 2-by-2. We're going to work Smith down here in the bottom, in the slot, just wide open on a little choice or option route. This is one of those plays where you look at it, you're like, hey, this is not that impressive, until you realize it's 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 is a tough down and distance. To scheme something this open, to take advantage of this kind of Spags bluff look, is a really nice job from Kellen Moore. Again, creating easy completions on 3rd and 8. So again, here at the snap, who the hell knows what this look is, right? We've got 4 down. We've got 3 potential extra blitzers. Could this be 0? Maybe. We got to have some sort of plan for that. Well, they all end up bailing out of there. Getting depth, getting the hell out of there. Getting depth. And all we do is raise up and throw an easy choice option, whatever the hell you want to call it, for basically an uncontested first down. I mean, this is as easy as it gets in a game like this. Versus this kind of exotic look to the field, raise up and have this. So again, I just love when you can incorporate not only being aggressive with your shots, but creating easy completions for your quarterback. The ball's out on time, that's a first down. That will not get easier on 3rd and long-ish than something like this. So they try to bluff you into this exotic pressure look. They're going to confuse Jalen. Nope, he just comes back, diagnoses it, easy first down. Next one here, this is the interception, 3rd and 10. This is really the only catastrophically poor play all day from the Eagles offensively. We'll talk through exactly what I think went wrong here. Now, I don't care enough to go back and listen to the broadcast or listen to the post-game press conferences if teams talked about exactly what happened here. I'm going to guess that Saquon Barkley is in the wrong. That doesn't mean that Jalen Hurts is correct. Okay, he makes a bad play a disaster. But what I think happens here is we get hit with a corner blitz. Okay, so playing Spags, you're going to see stuff like this. Here it comes. All right, well, you might be saying, well, how can Saquon be in the wrong? He comes over and picks this thing up. Well, I'm saying that most likely the offensive line is going to the 4 down and the middle of the 3 linebacker types. Okay, we'll call this the star, we'll call this the Mike, and we'll call this the Will. Okay, so for me, what I'm saying is that the offensive line is going to these 4 and right here. So that would put the running back, Barkley, right here, 1 to 2. Really 2 to either of these guys, the DB type. So if this is his 1, then he needs to step up and block this guy. And then we will live with this guy coming from the sideline. Okay, not ideal, but that's, in my opinion, how you would most often block this. Okay, now, there is no protection I'm familiar with where we would block this guy and then leave a linebacker type in the A-gap. Now, is this the only way this could be solved? No. Would you love to see the center go pizza here? Yes, and we'll talk about it from behind. But this is one of those things where Jalen just doesn't have enough juice to get it on A.J. Brown. He comes up probably 2 clubs short here. And I think he's startled that there's someone running in the A-gap. And it's just one of those things that it's very difficult to learn, hey, I can't get enough juice on this throw. I got to eat this thing. Again, easy for me to say, very difficult for anyone to do. So again, pass pro-wise here, as you see the center turn this way, okay, I almost guarantee the center is going here. So the left side of the offensive line is going to those 3 are going to those 3. The right side of the offensive line is going big on big, essentially a fan. The back, his dual, I almost guarantee is 1 to 2, meaning anybody outside of it. So either the safety that we see or the corner that we don't see. Okay, but you have to block 1 first. Now, just philosophically, it's difficult and it's very frustrating from an offensive perspective to throw a pick and have 2 interior offensive linemen not blocking anyone. Okay, so I get that. What you would love to see probably here, and maybe your boy Jason would have done, is, hey, if this is who I'm going to and I feel him get out of here and I have enough wherewithal to say, hey, this guy drops as well, no one's there, I'm going to come back and slam the door to the other side. That would be great. But I don't think he can count on that. So he would have to be here and then redirect out and take the hit off the corner. Okay, there are a few things you can do here. I know some teams that if this is the true declaration, so say we're going to this 21, the offensive line is going there, and again, the back is 1 to 2. Okay, once someone walks up to the line of scrimmage, some teams will allow you to redirect, and now the point is here. So the back would then be 1 to 2. That puts a lot of stress on the back. Okay, regardless, how they sort it out here can't happen. And if this game were to go the other way, this play would really matter. At the end of the day, it's one bad play. But again, you can see the left guard and the center not blocking anyone and someone running through the A gap, all bad. And again, what's Barkley doing? I can't tell you. It looks like he's stepping with his left. Oh, geez. And then you just can't do that. No chance. Next one here, 3rd and 7. We got A.J. Brown down here on the bottom, one-on-one again. This time it's a back shoulder. Again, beautiful job, great rhythm from Jalen Hurts. Ball out. Watch his feet. Watch his back foot, his right foot, all his cleats in the ground. Boom. I mean, we're perfect right there. Super decisive. Back shoulder. That's a hell of a throw. That's not terrible coverage by any means. Now, again, just scheme-wise, I'm such a big fan of putting your two dudes on one side. So you got Devonta Smith in the slot. We got A.J. Brown down here. Again, press man, middle field closed. You like it, take it. Be aggressive down here. This is what an alpha, a true wide receiver 1 does in the league. Go out there and win. On him. Beautiful. From behind here, you can really see the little, I think they pointed out in the broadcast as well, did a good job with it. The little signal right here, little pistol, little gun, whatever it is, being on the same page, command at the line of scrimmage, just an outstanding job from Hurts. Making him pay, being decisive, putting the ball right where you want, big 3rd down. All right, the next one here, 3rd and 5. This is another one of the very few, what I would categorize as misses, mistakes, just plays that aren't quite as good as they could have been for Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. Now, it's not the end of the world, but 3rd and 5 here, I really loved the little wrinkles that will go under the radar to most people of the quarterback run game in this plan. They ran bash GT a few times. They ran some zone read. They ran some lead quarterback draw. Right here, it's 3rd and 5. We're going to run bash. Okay, I'll talk about bash just means back away from the run. So bash this way and then GT up top. So the read for the quarterback is right here. Okay, that's your conflict defender key read. If he can tackle the back, you keep it and run quarterback GT this way. Okay, if he goes hard inside and he can't tackle the back, you just give it to him and it turns into like punt return right. Okay, so when we go to pull this thing, it's there. Okay, this is there. I personally think Jalen Hurts should be following the right tackle. Regardless, if he reads it, he's obviously a great athlete, super strong guy. You expect him to get on the edge right here, and you're kind of surprised he doesn't get a 1st down. And really on 3rd and 5, versus the Eagles, all 3rd downs are really -2. So really this is 3rd and 3. If you can get within 4th and 2, they're just going to tush push you. And it's a hell of a tackle from 20, but this is one of those plays where it is made to order. Okay, this is, again, beautiful call. Here's the conflict defender key read. There's the bash. Okay, now how you want to handle this up front to the play side, so this is the GT side, is gap down, gap down, gap down. And really it's gap down backer. Then from the backside, you're going to get kick and pull wrap. Okay, now there really is no one here because they're going to be in 3rd down. They're going to some sort of man coverage. He's running. He's got Saquon. He's going to keep running. There's no one there. In a perfect world for me, and again, I get it. It's hilarious, okay, that I'm talking about offensive line. They've got a great offensive line coach. To me, I would want this thing to deuce to the field goal post. I would expect him to hit his head, getting the hell jacked either there or into the Gatorade. And we're going to eject him with a hard deuce right in the hip and see ya. Now, the tough block is for the center. The center's got to come all the way back to Chris Jones, who's a monster, as either the 3 or the 4 eye here, and handle this one-on-one. So this is really where it L's. But if we could just lose with dignity here and go straight ejection deuce here to 21, this thing is made to order. No, he's the guy who has to make the tackle, and he is the guy who makes the tackle. So good for him. It's a hell of a play from him. But man, and again, the other part of it, again, easy for me to say, is follow the wrapping guard. Okay, if he takes it inside, you take it inside as the runner. But, hard for me to fault Jalen Hurts. He obviously knows what the hell he's doing running the ball. One of those things where you're just kind of surprised that he gets tackled in space. But first, play this thing out over here. So we're reading that key defender. He gets up the field, pull it. Great. Follow the wrapping guard. Follow him. Follow the wrapping tackle, I should say. The kick out from the guard. There it is. Now, he might read that as a log, and that's fair. Okay, so if this defensive end is what I'm doing, what I'm used to calling wedging this, which is kind of trying to tweener it, and our kick out turns into a log, well, then you would love the tackle to read that and bounce that thing. I would like to say, hey, get a better kick out there, meaning hit him with your left foot, left shoulder. So left foot, left shoulder, and kick this guy out. Probably cleans it up even more. Even if you were to follow the right tackle here, this guy's a monster. He probably wrecks this play. So at the end of the day, I think it's probably not the right read. And then we get out in open space and they tackle us. And when you're this good of a runner, I get surprised when you get tackled in open space. Normally I would say straight arm, run through his face. Otherwise, you tip your hat, nice tackle. Now we're kicking a field goal. Next one here is 2nd and 10. Okay, 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to go, second quarter. There were a number of second and long plays in this game that, as you go back and watch it, really make this game stay out of range for the Chiefs. Because this is one of those plays where this should cause issues to the vast majority of quarterbacks. Chris Jones, defensive tackle, to the side we're throwing it to, left guard, just destroys him. He's right in Jalen Hurts' face. Hurts shows zero panic. I mean, this is true poise. Beautiful. Delivers a strike, gets more than halfback. I mean, it's just one of those things where, again, most quarterbacks, this is going to significantly impact your ability to play with precision. He makes a great read. Now, the guy's open for sure, no doubt about it. But Chris Jones is in your lap. He's not small. There's a mountain running at you. Takes a quick L. It looks like Jalen Hurts doesn't even see him. There's no way you don't see that. It just doesn't affect him. It's unbelievable poise in the pocket. He buys just enough time to the left and makes a perfect throw for a nice, easy little chunk. Now it's third manageable. Next one here, touchdown pass. A.J. Brown, he's the number 1 at the bottom of the screen. Running just that little shallow or drive. This looks like old school shallow cross. And the Chiefs just can't handle this in man coverage. It's just too much for A.J. Brown running across the field. Great job pass protection-wise there. A strike of a throw. And that's really just too easy. So, again, I want to emphasize how much I appreciate the design here. So, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, all releasing to the same side. We end up getting what I'm just going to call a shallow cross. I think they run someone with a deep over the ball. That's old school shallow cross to me. But I love the fact that you've got these 3 dudes all releasing on one side of the field. Puts significant stress on a defense. And then you're going to ask the middle linebacker type to sort through all that traffic and run with a number 1 wide receiver in the league. It's just not going to happen. I don't care who it is. Nick Bolton had a nice game. Great tackling in space. But he can't keep up with that, sorting through that kind of traffic. And you overlay the pass protection. No one's around the quarterback. He's got all day to throw. All 4 guys think they're going to stand there and bat down the ball. I mean, it is beautiful. And that's just too easy. All right, into the second half here. 3rd and 5. Another third down. This time we're going to run it, use our legs. It's not there. Get out of there, go. Just making it look too easy. And again, the Chiefs just didn't have an answer. Whether they were trying to spy, whether they were trying to play man, they couldn't get to the quarterback. They couldn't bring him down when they needed to. And he was able to use his legs and just be so smart. Just locked in here. Some version of either smash down here to the bottom or a little choice or option, whether that's a designed out or choice or option, doesn't really matter. You've got drive up top and you've got all these runaways versus man coverage, right? So everything's coming left to right. And for the quarterback, your read would almost always be 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that, right across the field. And when it's not there, you get the back checking down out here. When you've got all these runaways, so you've got guys running, covering here, running, you've got the defense running with all these routes this way, it creates just a beautiful natural lane to run if we can't spy the quarterback. And so you can have a spy being like, oh yeah, we've got answers for the quarterback run game. Well, you have to be able to bring him down. You have to be able to tackle him. So right there, that's as easy as it gets on third down for Jalen to just say, no, 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 man coverage, go. So when Bolton matches to the back, and now they're asking 54 to go spy, it's just not going to happen. It's just too easy, and Jalen makes them pay. Next one here, this is a beautiful job from Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. So first, let's talk Hurts. His ability to extend, to use his vision. He's not looking to run. It's great pass protection. No one around him. Extend, create, eyes downfield. Get it to your back, catch it once. Just, again, a beautiful job of pass protection. There's no one around him. I mean, no one. You've got the double team on Chris Jones. It's perfect. Okay? Not there. Don't force it. Extend. We're not bailing, looking to run. Extend. Keep your eyes downfield. Find your back for a big chunk down the sideline. Now, from Saquon's perspective, I want you to watch him stay in bounds. So he starts in the backfield here. Get out on your little release, outlet route, swing route down here to the bottom. Now watch him stay in bounds right here. So as he extends, the defender's going to try to push you out of bounds to make you ineligible to be the first person to touch it. So watch Saquon's awareness. Watch him stay in bounds, tightrope that thing right there. Yeah, got him. And again, the only thing you could possibly say, to critique this is this should have been a touchdown. But besides for that, it's such a good job from Barkley staying in bounds. It's outstanding football. It's just a massively high football IQ play. And the pass protection is ridiculous. And the poise from Hurts, the vision, the creative element, put it on him. Beautiful. And the next one here, really the throw of the Super Bowl probably from Jalen Hurts. This is a classic quarters beater up top to Devontae Smith on the big skinny post. Beautiful job. You're reading that safety up top. As soon as he settles his feet at all on the vertical of number 2, you know you've got the post over the top. You call a play like this, you're just praying for quarters. Again, beautiful pass protection, a dot of a throw. It's not even terrible coverage. It's just a very difficult ask for anyone. So where are we reading? You are just praying. So this is a run formation. You got 2 sniffer types back in here, 12 personnel. You are praying to get some version of middle field open here. And you're just going to stare at this guy. And as soon as the number 2 runs this vertical, does this safety settle his feet at all? Now, if he gets depth and runs out of there like a half field player, then you can't throw the post. But if he settles at all, meaning he stops, you know you've got this big inside post over the top. And it's just one of those things where you call it hoping you catch quarters. As soon as you do, you know this thing is going up. And again, it's even better when you've got a guy like this on the other side of the field who will attract the attention of the other safety. Occasionally, you can get some invert replays, and this guy can fall into this throw, especially if you don't keep it skinny, if you bleed it over the field. But this is simply perfectly done. This is a clinic tape on quarters, beater, play action. Watch that safety up top. Right there, gone. It's over. As soon as he stops his feet, gone. Can't throw the ball fast enough. It is a wrap. Beautiful. And it's right on stride. I mean, it is beautiful. Just absolutely the aggressiveness all day from the Eagles, rewarded with downfield accuracy, great base, rhythm, read, timing, just so many good things. Just so happy for Jalen Hurts, man. This is a massive moment. Big, big play, beautiful throw. Again, great pass protection, right down his stem. Dot. Hell yes. Then the last one here, another second and long. Second and long, the Eagles took advantage all day. This time, Jalen Hurts is going to take it himself. He does a great job. Looks like he's going to get angled out to the sideline. Finds the side hash and just turns this into an easy first down. protect yourself on the boundary, just too easy. And this is really kind of how it went all day for the Chiefs. As soon as they got it going, they could not stop the Eagles. Jalen Hurts using his legs, using his mind, using his creativity. Right here. I mean, that looks like he's going to get angled out. Then he just hits the gas, stays in bounds, beautiful balance, agility. I mean, that is right on the sideline. And it turns into an easy first down, which should be a huge advantage for Kansas City, 2nd and long. Turns into just a great decision, using Jalen Hurts' athletic ability, his ability to use his legs, don't force it, get downfield, and just make another big play. So that is a wrap. Jalen Hurts, the Eagles, really just an absolute beatdown. Now, early on there, penalty-wise, some things not necessarily going perfect, overcoming that early interception. But from there, Jalen Hurts really looked comfortable, poised, and if I'm being honest, just really kind of looked like Jalen Hurts at his best. One of those things where the ball comes out on time, in rhythm, great footwork, decisive, looks great. You couple that with what I think Kellen Moore did with the game planning, the little design, the nuances of the shifts, the formations, how he was using his personnel on the perimeter, and the quarterback run game. We talked about a little bit in this, but they did a really nice job of having a plan to be able to stop Barkley. But that didn't feel like it derailed this offense. They just got into the next gear. And there were so many options and different gears available, it felt like everything else was working. So great job of being aggressive, pushing the ball down the field, hooking it up, playing buddy ball with A.J. Brown. Big play action shots, being aggressive with other guys on the perimeter as well. The downfield accuracy. I felt like there were some schemed up open shots as well, whether it was third down, whether it was big play action shots after turnovers. It was one of those things where seemingly everything was working, and then Jalen was kind of putting his own twist on it, being able to extend, create, use his legs, scramble, the quarterback run game, all those things together, and this thing just snowballed and got away from Kansas City and was a great game for the Eagles. It really was, for me, a celebration of the Eagles. They did a great job up front in the pass protection-wise. They were able to adjust to how Kansas City wanted to stop the run game. And then Jalen, you could just see, not necessarily come into his own, because I feel like he's played like this in moments in the past, but when he's able to rise to the occasion and play like this, in this moment, this type of game, so special on so many different levels. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.